Good afternoon, everybody. And I'm so happy to see so many of you. The last time I ran it like a year ago, there were 18 people. So either they have spread good word about me, or the level of anxiety is increasing in the world as a whole. Okay. All right, so I shall begin. So anxiety, how is it defined in the dictionary? The definition of anxiety, I did not create it. Yes, I want to say there is nothing abnormal about it. We all have it. We should probably have some of it all the time. Not all the time, but some of the time, unless it becomes excessive. So anxiety is a problem only when it becomes excessive, but we should have a little bit of anxiety. So, and I'll tell you in a minute why. Okay, and the answer is avoid negative events. I mean, because negative events is what causes anxiety, right? And so, how many of you want to avoid negative events in life? Just so to speak. So I saw many hands that we don't want negative events in life. How many of you want a life totally free of negative events? You were one of those good 80 hands, right? Right, it's a good thing I raised mine too. But I have bad news for you. It does not exist. Your life with negative events does not exist. It's just not possible. Why is it not possible? First, let's look into our body. Our body has so many processes going on. So many mechanical processes, so many chemical processes, but it's just not possible that the negative events will not happen, right? And so can you have negative events but still not have anxiety? Yes, that's possible. It's possible, right? So negative events and anxiety are not Siamese twins. That's wisdom number one. Let's keep that in mind, right? So let's understand anxiety. Why do we feel anxiety? Next week, next month, I don't know. Absolutely no capacity to plan. Now why is that? It's because anxiety and planning both require thinking about the future. Yes. They both require thinking about the future. And so, its capacity for anxiety is a blessing. I don't want this because they go together, anxiety and planning. I don't want to live a life where I cannot plan, I cannot think about the future. Anxiety serves an evolutionary and survival function. That's why the God or Almighty or the grand engineer who designed our body put anxiety, because without anxiety we would not have survived, right? So for survival it's very necessary. Why? Because it alerts you to the looming danger. Okay? When the danger is not present in your face. I want to make a distinction between anxiety and stress. So when adversity is here, you're not feeling anxiety, you're feeling stress. Stress is caused by overwork, like your boss says, do this by 5 o'clock, in terms of the time and in terms of the magnitude. So even in that half an hour that you are thinking, don't let it be so intense. The intensity of anxiety and fear that you would feel if the event were to happen 100% of the time, 100% probability, right? So it's just a way of thinking. Okay, we are training our mind to think in a particular way. 10 you put in 2 in magnitude, and instead of 100% you put in 70%. See how much you have reduced your anxiety level, right? Logically. Okay, let's look at some stress situations, because stress is something that's happening. Okay, we missed our flight. It is not one of the 10 worst things that could have happened to us, but we act as if it is.
Depends on where you were going on that flight.
We are in a traffic jam. It's not one of the 50 worst things that could have happened to us. Right here, each of you can write down, if we had time, we would do that. Write down 50 more events that could have happened to you, which are worse than this. And you would be able to. But we react as if it is. We did not get invited to an event. It's not one of the 100 worst events that could happen to us. We emote as if it is, emote meaning emotion, cry. We cry. So, these are the bad coding habits of our mind. We are coding just as the computer people code. Has been trained into coding these events that we witness in this manner. So the event is like that, we code it like that, the big circle. I'm like everybody else, but we have trained ourselves. Why do we code like this? Because we are built on the survival motive, right from the beginning, right from the childhood, right? And then now we are not living a survival life. We are living a nourished, flourishing life. We just don't want to survive, do we? Is that how we want to live? All our life we just survived for 60 years and then we died. For 90 years and then we died. No, we don't want to do that, right? Survival is behind. Let that not occupy every way of my mind coding event, right? Because survival, but that's how our mind has been trained. Our mind's natural coding is survival. Silver lining. So let's think of silver lining now. Traffic jam. If I were not in traffic jam, maybe about a mile later, at that moment, coming from some other direction where there was no traffic jam and there was none on mine either, there was a crazy driver who would have run into me. Silver lining. I missed my flight. So I want to tell you, J.P. Morgan, its founder, missed the Titanic. J.P. Morgan's founder missed the Titanic. Distinctions. When you see a lion, you don't have anxiety or fear. There is no time for anxiety, right? And so anxiety always has thought behind it. Anxiety doesn't arise automatically. So thought, and if you can control thought, then you can manage. This is called mind gaming. Your mind has been gaming with you all the time. I mean, you say, Socrates, this is all saying it's not easy, I can't control my mind. Well, your mind has been controlling you. Our mind has been controlling us. We are a puppet in the hands of mind because mind codes these events differently. Now is the time, today is the time to take charge and say, mind, you do good work for me, which I will appreciate. But don't code it like this, right? So mind gaming, I mean, a lot of teenagers do the video gaming for hours. Let's do mind gaming from today on. I'm a mind gamer. I'm a mind gamer. Say that to yourself once a day. I'm a mind gamer. Always say, how else could I code this event? You people go to weddings and they say, oh, you have been seated at the far corner. Because, I mean, it's normal. They have better relatives, they're better friends. They're better looking people. You're ugly. Dr. Chris, you're ugly. That's why they don't want you in the picture. They're wearing photos. Why am I coding that event like that? You, right? So we are thinking of the middle you as the mind. The first you and second you, the way you experience. So we should train our minds to code probable future negative events. Who is standing between the anxious me and the unworried happier me? I am. Thank you.